The session in Pakistan's National Assembly has now reconvened. And with a fiery start, the opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif of the PMLN addressed the parliament, pointing towards the Speaker Asad Kai said that he is bound by the Supreme Court to immediately call for a vote on the no trust motion against the Prime Minister Imran Khan. Listen in.
The Speaker is under a duty to summon and hold a sitting of the Assembly in the present session and shall do so immediately, and in any case not later than 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, that is today, 9th of April 2022, to conduct the business of the House as per the orders of the day that had been issued for 3rd April 2022, and in terms as stated in and required by Article 95 of the Constitution, read with Rule 37 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the National Assembly Rules 2007. Now, this order of Supreme Court of Pakistan, declared by full bench, bounds you, that you are bound to take up this agenda item and no other item. That is the intent of this order. You cannot deviate from this, and therefore I conclude my submissions. I will request you, please go for the voting on the resolution. Thank you very much.
Let's now get you some more insights into what's happening and get you up to date with the latest. The leader of the opposition concluded his speech on the note that the House should immediately vote on the no trust vote against Imran Khan. But right after that, the Speaker asked the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi to address Parliament. And during his long, impassioned speech, he said that the ruling government has a right to defend itself against the motion tabled, and reiterated that a probe into the conspiracy theory, the so-called conspiracy alleged by Imran Khan, is important. Listen in.
They acknowledge there was political interference in the internal matters of Pakistan, and a demarche must be issued. दफ्तर खारजा को हुक्म दिया जाता है, इंस्ट्रक्ट किया जाता है कि डिमार्च करो, इस्लामाबाद में भी करो, वॉशिंगटन में भी करो, और जनाबे वाला नेशनल सिक्योरिटी कमेटी के फैसले के मुताबिक दफ्तर खारजा डिमार्च करता है, इस्लामाबाद में भी करता है और वॉशिंगटन में भी करता है। दूसरा फैसला सादर करता है नेशनल सिक्योरिटी कमेटी का इजलास कि पार्लियामान की जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी कमेटी है, फिल फौर उसको तलब किया जाए, उसको कन्वीन किया जाए, और ये सारा मामला मुंतखब नुमाइंदों को, ये सॉवरेन हाउस है, ये अवाम जो है, ये पाकिस्तान की अवाम की तर्जुमानी कर रहा है, तो उनके उस फोरम के सामने रखा जाए कि वो बात की बारीकी तक जाएं और प्रोब करें और हकायक जानने की कोशिश करें।
Now, for more insights, joining us now is our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik. Anas, thanks for joining us. Now, we just played out for our viewers an insight into what is now being called the narrative being peddled by the PTI government. Shah Mahmood Qureshi again calling for a probe into this claim of a foreign controversy, foreign conspiracy to topple the Imran Khan government. There is no evidence whatsoever of these claims up until now. Why not make this evidence public? What is Imran Khan's intention at this point?
Last question first, Priyanka. What is Imran Khan's intention, and why can't they make it public? For one very reason: the Official Secrets Act bars them from doing so. And that is the reason that in today's session, the PTI is currently debating upon, pardon me on that, the PTI is currently debating upon, they would want the motion to be tabled, but before that they would want a debate to happen on the matter. They have decided to lay out the contents of this cipher or this cable before the House, so that the House can decide. Shah Mahmood Qureshi making an impassionate speech, but that was interrupted halfway by the Speaker of the House, by the opposition leader, and then the Speaker of the House called an adjournment until 12:30. Roughly in about an hour or less than an hour from now, the session will resume again. So that answers that bit, that why are they not able to show that? On the part of the evidence that you asked, the PTI government says that the cable itself is in evidence, and that is why they would want to lay this out very clearly before the House and then let the House decide. But on the other hand, the opposition says that, and I quote the opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif, who said that if we open the account for foreign conspiracies, then the talk would go on and on and on, and there would be no end in sight. That's what he said. And he said that we're as patriotic as others over here. Our hearts beat for the nation as well, because amidst those allegations coming in of the fact that these are traitors coming in from the highest office over here, that is the Prime Minister's office, he was the one who was alleging that those who are against who are in favor of the no confidence motion against his government are basically traitors acting on foreign agenda. So that impression has been is being tried to be nullified on the part of the opposition. That is the reason we saw the opposition leader taking that stage as well. In a while from now, in about an hour roughly, we'll be seeing that the session resumes. Then Shah Mahmood Qureshi is to continue with his part of the speeches or his part of the arguments. Priyanka?
Anas, we've also been following the situation in Islamabad. Just last night, we heard the Pak Prime Minister Imran Khan rile up the youth, implore the youth to take to the street and not take anything lying down. He's obviously trying to shore up his popularity with the youth. Security, as we understand, has been beefed up. Tell us more about that.
Well, absolutely. I'll just answer. I'll ask my camera person Waqar to walk with me, and I'll show you that I'm standing inside the parliament right now. And on that side, you can see that's the red zone that has been blocked, practically blocked. Only limited car access is there. And you can see that the other side, there's only limited car access. That's the Constitution Avenue as well. Security has been beefed up. Only one main entrance remains on part of to enter the red zone or to enter the Constitution Avenue that leads to the Parliament, the Supreme Court, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Diplomatic Enclave, the Prime Minister Office, the Presidency, the Prime Minister House, and so on and so forth. Only one main entrance is there. So that goes on to explain. Additionally, about 4,000 personnel ranging from the police, the Frontier Constabulary, the FC, that's the paramilitary force, and the Rangers. They have been deployed in order to avert any untoward situation that may arise. So that goes on to show that how seriously is this threat being taken? Are measures being taken on the part of the government in order to avoid any untoward scenario from arising on part of the security bit, and in order to ensure the smooth flow of the session. Priyanka?
Right, absolutely. Anas Malik, our Pakistan Bureau Chief, thanks so much for all those insights. We'll, of course, be coming to you for more details through the day. It is indeed a crucial day for Pakistan. Now, for more insights on what just transpired at the Pakistan National Assembly, we are now being joined by Pakistan Science Foundation's former chairman, Dr. Fareed Malik. Dr. Malik, thanks so much for talking to us on WION. Now, the narrative being created by Imran Khan's government currently is that there is indeed some kind of foreign interference at play here. There are claims of a foreign cable. A probe is being demanded. But the question that I want to ask you is something that everyone wants to know. Where is the evidence? Why not make it public if he is so sure of this foreign conspiracy?
Well, see, now foreign interference has been an ongoing event in Pakistan since 1958, when Ayub Khan went to the United States and signed all the agreements with them. And since then, we have been a non-aligned country. We did not join the non-aligned movement either. So in India, you have never experienced this kind of external interference, and the PM talked about it also. Now coming back, why it can't be made public, because these are secrecy acts. They cannot be brought in the open, but the Prime Minister has already offered and is going to offer again for the opposition for an in-camera review of all the documents. There is clear interference, external interference. We have experienced it repeatedly in Pakistan since 1977. Only few prime ministers have stood up to it. Liaquat Ali Khan, the first prime minister, stood up to it. He was murdered. Second prime minister, Karli Bhutto, stood up. He was eliminated. And now Imran Khan, a popularly elected leader, is standing up to all kinds of external interferences. He wants Pakistan to be a sovereign, independent nation that can take its own decisions and do not fight other people's dirty wars. Those are the ground realities in Pakistan. People of Pakistan understand it. They support him, and his popularity is on the upswing. He brings ethical conduct to the politics of Pakistan. The parliament in Pakistan has been ineffective since 1977. Imran Khan holds 155 seats in the parliament. He cannot be pushed out like this. And
you say,
so he's not going to go
just to interject at this point, you say he cannot be pushed out like this. But my question is, how likely is it at this point that Imran Khan will indeed become the first prime minister to be ousted through a no trust vote?
I think it's very unlikely. They still have the option of resigning en bloc, and if that is the last option Imran Khan has that I know of. And so if they resign en bloc, 155 seats, is the largest party in the parliament. The parliament is already ineffective. They have no following. It's full of thugs, money launderers. And so the parliament will become even more ineffective. Elections is the only way forward. And I really don't understand why the opposition is resisting. That was their demand all along. Not that they have disturbed the apple cart for nothing, for no reason. This no confidence motion is uncalled for. There are no charges against him. Next year was the election year. They could have waited for another year. But this definitely shows that somebody else is pushing them. There is some foreign hand, there's some foreign conspiracy that wants Imran Khan out, and they want somebody in who is docile and will do the dirty work. Which Imran
Right, Dr. Malik, thanks so much for speaking to us. We will, of course, try and find more proof of this so-called foreign conspiracy on WION. For now, thanks for joining us on WION. Thanks for speaking to us. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.